Hey guys, welcome back to another book haul video. I absolutely love filming and watching hauls. I feel like this is where I get the most inspiration on what I want to read next, add to my TBR, add to my wish list. Maybe I already own it so I want to pick it up. I just love seeing when someone recently got a book and is just so excited to read it. So hopefully you feel the same watching this video. If you can hear the sickness in my voice, I'm so sorry. I really hope it's not annoying. But I really wanted to show you guys the books that I recently bought and I've recently been gifted. My birthday just passed and it is quite the haul. Some of these books I actually already read. I bought them and then immediately read them, so I'll let you know which ones. I think at least one of these I've also DNF'd, so that's a little scary. And some of these are just highly anticipated reads for me, so I'm so excited to get into them. I'm not going to talk about the synopses of these books. Some I don't even remember what the synopses are, but some of them I do know, and I just want you to guys, I want you guys to go in blind if you want to. So let's get into it. Okay, let's go through this first. I see the top one being Not Another Love Song. If you follow me on Instagram or Goodreads, I think I even talked about it in a recent wrap up, but I bought this and then immediately read it. I gave it 5 stars. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you've been seeing it and you haven't picked it up yet, please do it. Just please do it. This was such an amazing romance. Next up is The Tales of the Hollow. This is actually my friend Elle's book. There are, I think, 2 novellas in here, or 3. I can't exactly remember, but I recently got this from her. She had a small pop-up shop where I could just get it in person, which was so great, but this released I think in the beginning of October. So I'm excited to give this a read and just see what I think. And it's just so cool to also know her. Next up is Babel by R.F. Kuang. My friend Ada actually gifted this to me for my birthday and she tabbed it and she annotated it. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That is just such a sweet gift for someone to give. I'm so excited. This has been on my list for quite a while and it's just something that every time I go to Target I see it and I'm like, is today the day I'm gonna buy it? Nope. And then she gifted it to me and I'm just so excited to pick this up and to have her annotations in it. Next up is Elizabeth of East Hampton by Audrey Beliza and Emily Harding. This is something that was gifted to me by the publisher, and so this is just giving summer romance, so I will definitely hold out on reading this until the summer, but I feel like it's gonna be a good one. This one also gifted to me by the publisher. I'm so excited. It says Sure I'll Join Your Cult by Maria Bamford. I love cults. It's a weird thing to say, and I get that, but I'm just so fascinated by cults. I talk about them, I feel like in videos often, because they're just so fascinating to me. I think it's just so interesting, the human mind to understand that and why humans enter cults, because I don't think it's common for someone to enter a cult knowing exactly what's going on and what it is. It's just that sense of belonging that someone needs and wants, and I just find it so fascinating. So yeah, I'm excited to read or listen to that one. Next up is A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. This is the second book in the Sacred Stones trilogy, so I've read A Dawn of Onyx. This is next up. I honestly picked it up with the intention to read it immediately. I didn't get to, that's okay. I am still very excited to read this soon. Then I have Sorcery of Thorns. This is one that I think I got secondhand recently, but it's by Margaret Rogerson. I've seen this around a long time and it's been on my list to read for a long time, so now that I own it, hopefully I pick it up a bit sooner, but it's pretty. This is a pretty good condition. I think that's also why I picked it up, because I was like, wow, wait, now I don't remember if I just bought it recently new. I feel like I hauled it. I don't know. Either way, I own it now and I'm excited. Then we have 2 arcs that were gifted to me. I am so excited. The first one is A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. I recently read The Unmaking of June Farrow for book club and I loved that book. I just thought it was so beautiful, and so I'm highly anticipating this book. I think it could be a 5-star read, which is terrifying to think about and then have it not be, but I just really loved her writing in The Unmaking of June Farrow, and the whimsical, the magical realism. I'm excited to see how this one goes. The next arc I was gifted was A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride. Oh, I should say, this one comes out the beginning of January. It says January 7th, so I am hoping to read this in December and be able to give you guys my thoughts. Then we have this book, oh geez. A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride. This comes out at the end of May. I am highly anticipating this one as well. I recently saw that this was like released, like, hey, like this is an upcoming book, and that kind of got my attention. But when I looked at the author, I saw that she had also published books on orcas, my favorite animal. Yeah, I immediately added it to my TBR and I emailed the publisher. So I'm very excited to read this one. This one has less like immediate priority to me because I definitely want to read it before it comes out, but I know that there's so many other books I want to read right now, so this is just something like I hope to read in the next couple of months. Then I have The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson. I bought this at the same time as Not Another Love Song, and I read both of them nearly immediately. So I also gave this, I think, 4.5 stars. I enjoyed it for what it was. Honestly, I don't anticipate picking up any of the books that she's released previously, and I don't know if I'm gonna pick up her new release. I think this is exactly what I wanted and what I needed, but I love that her books are so different. Like, they're all like romances of some sort, but they're not like, it's not like she only writes sports romances. I think her next one is about like two musicians reconnecting on like a cruise ship, like they're like reconnecting for like a tour on a cruise ship or something, like so different than what this is, you know? So this was such an amazing read. This is Out of His League by Caroline Richardson. This I know I got secondhand, and oh my gosh. Wow. I actually DNF'd this one. I don't know if it's a soft DNF or just like a hard DNF, because I read the first like couple chapters and I was just getting the ick. I didn't really like this, so I don't want to like, I don't know, suggest this to you guys. It's not something I recommend. If you read it and you liked it, that's amazing. I read The Art of Catching Feelings, and then when I was out book shopping with Riley, she saw this and was like, I feel like you need it. And I read the back and I was like, I agree. But then I read the first couple chapters and I was like, ooh, this is weird to me. So maybe it's just like time and place. I don't know. Next up, I have The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. This is the same author as A Fate Inked in Blood. So we have that first book out, the second book coming out next year. But this is the Bridge Kingdom series, and so this is the first book. Honestly, it looks so gorgeous. I love, love, love this. So I'm excited to pick this one up. I'm a little nervous. I want to say I just heard someone, like one of my friends, talking about it, and the way they talked about it, I was like, oh wait, what? That's weird. I don't like that. So I'm hoping it's a different series, and I just like didn't connect that it actually wasn't this. So I'm nervous, but I'm still gonna read it. I know my friend Dana really loves this series, and so yeah, we'll see. The last one in this pile is For the Wolf by Hannah Whitten. It's giving One Dark Window vibes, is it not? Like the Two Twisted Crowns cover? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I gotta cough again. I'm excited for this one. This is a duology. It's the Wilderwood book 1, and then the second one is For the Throne, I think is what it's called. So there's two sisters, For the Wolf, For the Throne. We'll see. I love a good duology. I feel like we need more duologies out there, because sometimes I want a bit more of the world, a bit more of the characters, but I don't need to commit to a whole like 5+ book series. I love this. Okay, you guys, I had to go get some water. Oh my gosh. I was coughing like crazy, so hopefully that just helps me get through this second pile of books. I'm very excited. I think a lot of these are recently bought like in the last week. I had gift cards. So the first one is This Woven Kingdom. I have heard so many people talk about this book. I have no idea what it's about. I think I did read the back when I first picked it up, like when I was at the bookstore recently, but I'm excited. I'm excited. I think so many people love that. I hope. I think, oh my gosh, you guys. Next up is the first book in, what's the trilogy? Okay, well, this is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Maherin. Anyways, Serpent and Dove. I think it's a trilogy. I see the next book is Blood and Honey, and then I think there's a third book. So I got the first one. I'm excited to give this a read. I think like just having more like duologies and trilogies in my like TBR will be a lot better than me committing to giant series right now. So, oh, next up is When the Moon Hatched. This is actually a book I already read, but I wanted a physical copy of it, and so with my gift card I figured it was the right time to buy it. I want to do a reread of this, I think in the beginning of the year, like February maybe, and then do a another reread in September, where I actually annotate it and prep for the second book coming out in October. So this is a big book, a lot of information. I think I want to reread it to really understand everything that was given to us in this. I did really enjoy it. I think I gave it 4.25 or something like that, but I just know I'd grasp so much more on a reread, and then I want to be able to annotate it the third time around. Next up is Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Honestly, pretty edition. I got this at Barnes, and only $14. Like, I love older books that are fantasy that are not like $20, $30. That's amazing. So I think that I was with Ayana when I got this, and she really praised the author. Or maybe she was just like, I read one, or I really want to read her work, like I love her writing. I can't remember. I just remember I think I was a little more influenced. Like, she hadn't read anything by her from this series, but she was like, I really want to read more of her stuff. So I think I was a little influenced to pick it up because of her, but I remember reading the back at the time and thinking it sounded good. Guys, at this point, I'm having to take a break after every book. Oh, I'm excited for this one. This is A Wilderness of Stars by Shea Ernshaw. This is the same author as The Wicked Deep, which I really liked. It is a like Halloween feel book, but like set at like the summer solstice. So it's for your summer-ween girlies. This one, it says, when all is lost, look to the stars. Like, that's just at the very top, nothing to do with the synopsis. I remember thinking that this book was like to do with the stars and astronomy, and it was just sounding so fun. Like, for those that don't know, I work in the space industry. I got my degree in astrophysics, so I just feel like anytime I see a book like this, I'm kind of just excited to pick it up. So it is YA. His books definitely, or her, I feel like that could go either way. I don't know. Maybe it says on the back. Her. Yep, if I just open it up. I just love when I have books like that, is all I wanted to say. Okay, next up is The Bird and the Blade. This book, yes, I got it at an airport, and it was 50% off, so it cost me like $5, say less. It is a fantasy romance, and that's all I remembered about it. When I like read the back, I was like, cool, fantasy romance. I don't even know if I completed the entire like back before I picked it up. And that's all. And there's like riddles and stuff. I just saw in the back. Literally a lush, powerful story of life and death, battles and riddles, lies and secrets. Okay, like Jennifer Lynn Barnes meets fantasy romance? Say less. Ooh, I am so excited for this one. So this is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faizal. I'm so sorry if I am just pronouncing that terribly. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hello. Nope. I was gonna say we're back. This is the same author as A Tempest of Tea, which I really enjoyed. The second book comes out in 2025 as well, and I just like can't speak. But I read the back of this. It sounded so good. I really just wanted to pick up some books that I hadn't heard people talk about like heavily, where it's like I knew the synopsis before even picking it up kind of thing. But I've seen this book kind of around recently, as far as just like, hey, like this is the same author. I feel like it didn't look completely unfamiliar, but I just hadn't seen no one that I know like talk about it in depth where I knew what it was about. So I'm excited to pick this one up. It just looks so pretty too. Then we have The Moon Day Letters by Inni Ataranta. It is gorgeous. I think I picked this one up in Denver at the like Boulder bookstore maybe? I can't remember. Or is another bookstore that we were at. But a journey through time and space where Earth's future hangs in the balance. This seemed more, I don't know if literary fiction is the right word, maybe it's just like fiction or just fantasy. I don't think it was really like a romance in it, but it just sounded really interesting. It was another book like to do with like Earth and stars and planets and whatever. So I was just excited to give it a shot, and I think it only cost like $15 or so. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to pick up a book that I'd never seen anyone talk about that sounded interesting to me. Oh, this is the same time. I bought this one at the same time as I bought this one. It's The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. Okay, it's gorgeous. The Scorpio Races, literally set in December. Nope. Wow. Okay. Bear with me. literally set in November, Scorpio season, and it's to do with like literally the horse races, but I don't know if it would fall, it's not really giving fantasy, but I just remember it is a romance, and it's like a woman that should never be in these races, but she is. She's obviously going to be an underdog in this situation. We have, I think, the main male character that's expected to win. Like, we'll see, but it just was another book that I was like, I just want to seek out some books that I've never heard someone talk about, and I was just browsing the aisles and like looking at different books, reading the back, seeing what piqued my interest. Okay, this next one, it's a hype book. It's a hyped like purchase, I guess. It's An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Yikes. Okay, but I recently picked this one up. I just got this one when I went to Vegas last week. I got this at the Writer's Block. So if you live in Vegas, I got this there. Such an amazing bookstore. I just wanted to pick it up for myself. For me, myself, and I picked up this book, and then I bought another book that was a gift for someone. I was like, well, I have to pick this up. I have to. Like, I've seen a lot of people rave about this recently, so I'm excited to give it a shot. And then the last book that I have to haul is The West Wind. So I read The North Wind that came out earlier this year. I believe these are being like republished or like re-released with like different covers or something, because like no one like writes a book in 2 months and puts it out. Like, that's just no. But I really enjoyed The North Wind. I read it in one sitting as a part of a readathon. I think it was the readathon that I did with Allie out in North Carolina. So if you watched that video, you saw me talk about it, and I probably talked about it in a wrap up as well. But this is the second book following that. I believe there's just 4, like The North Wind, and then West, East, South, like all the brothers. And so it's a fantasy romance. I'm interested. I really enjoyed The North Wind. I don't know if I'm gonna like this brother or not, but we'll see. Okay, well, before I literally can't speak anymore, please let me know if you'd like to see any of these books and videos. Otherwise, I will just be reading them. I'll be kind of discussing them in wrap-ups or in weekly vlogs or something like that. I'm excited for these. Please let me know if you've also read any of them. Let me know if certain ones should be, you know, bumped up on my TBR kind of thing. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.